Meta just changed the Quest 3 again, and people are split on this one. Some love the new look and changes, and others just wanted to go back to the way that it was. So let's talk about exactly what has changed, what's good, and maybe what's not so good. First up, let's talk the Quest V83 PTC. This is the newest update that launched in the public test channel, and it brings with it the OS UI that Meta has showed at Connect. This is a more, I want to say, Apple-y looking UI system with the icons. This takes the navigator that was launched a little while ago on the Quest as an option, and it changes the way that it looks. There are some great things about this new system, including the fact that Worlds now has a tab where all of your Horizon Worlds destinations live, and they're no longer going to be in your apps library at all, which is great because it separates them completely, meaning that you don't have to worry about seeing those worlds if you don't want to. Visually, what they did is they changed the rows of the icons so that one's in a little farther, one's out a little farther. I'm not sure what the technical term for that is, but it's no longer like a square grid, it's more offset. They've also redesigned the icons down below, and what I want to do is actually go in and explore this for just a few minutes at the end of this video to show you in real time what's changed instead of just telling you. I think it'll work a lot better. So we'll continue with the navigator when we go into the actual headset. And also I'll show you a really cool new update to the home environment as well. Now the navigator update is kind of controversial because some people absolutely hate it, some people love it. I'm more on the side of kind of indifferent right now. I like what's happening with a lot of it, but it's missing some things like filtering and sorting options for your applications, and it's a work in progress, so hopefully we'll get more updates on that soon to make it better. With this public test channel, what else has come out is an improved scene understanding. This allows for easier setup for your space setup when you're scanning your environment, and when it comes to more complex architectural elements like multi-height floors, slanted ceilings, and inner walls. This allows you to set all of those up easier. It can scan them and understand them better. According to the release notes, it says that it'll improve realism of mixed reality by further blending the physical space with virtual content, meaning that it should allow you to more easily use a space that has some different architectural designs instead of just 4 square walls and a ceiling. The other thing that they added was a mobile app login for the browser. You can now log into certain websites from your actual phone by sending a link to your Meta Horizon mobile app. The current websites available for login are Roblox and TikTok, but it shows the fact that you can now go onto your web browser in the Quest and log into websites using your mobile device instead of having to, type a username and login into the actual boxes, making it much simpler for logging in, so hopefully we'll see that a lot more often. All right, so now back to the navigator, which is really what the biggest thing is that's changed in this recent PTC update. We're gonna jump into the headset though, and we're gonna go through it in real time because I think it'll be easier to show you instead of tell you how things have changed, what they look like, and all that jazz. So let's jump inside of the Quest 3. Forgive my nasally voice. I'm not feeling good right now. I'm sick, but I wanted to get this out so you guys can see what's going on. Let's jump into the headset right now. All right, welcome in the headset. And first, before we get into the menu, let's take some time to appreciate just how awesome this new home environment is. This is the Blumhouse home environment. You can see a creepy house up there. There's an axe right here, candles over here. This is all boarded up like something's going to come crashing through there. Oh, see the bats just go through there? I was just about to say, every once in a while the bats will fly down through there and they come right through this this home environment. There's bats flying around up there. There's an owl over here. It's a really cool environment. Look at the detail down there, even on the dock. I wish I could go down there. Yes, this is probably meant for Halloween realistically, but you know what? It's an awesome horror environment anyways. By the way, I wanted to tell you, let me get rid of that little menu bar there. I wanted to tell you how to get this new environment if you don't have it, or if you haven't checked it out yet. If you're in your immersive home, you can hit the menu button on your left controller, and it brings up this. This is the place to switch scenery. It's called Blumhouse Forest. Now, I'm not 100% sure if you have to download the Blumhouse app to get this, but the Blumhouse app is actually free. Even if you don't rent a movie in it, then you can download the app, and it might unlock it, but it may also just unlock it just because I already have the app downloaded, so I'm not 100% sure how that works exactly. And that's not why we're here, though. We're here to take a look at the new menu. First, before we get into the menu, one quick note about the PTC. There's an error that's been popping up for some people. I've got it once or twice. Whenever they restart the headset, I don't know if it's every time. I know that I haven't gotten it every time. It says something about not being able to access or, travel to a place or something like that. It's assumed that this has something to do with inviting people over to your home space, which you will be able to do at some point, and you just can't do right now. But imagine how cool that would be to invite people over here that you can, pop in a chair here. Someone can sit over there, and you can put a giant horror movie here and just, I don't know. That'd be awesome. Hopefully we'll be able to do that one of these days. Anyways, let's get to the actual menu. The menu actually has a new shortcut to open and close the new navigator, and that is by hitting the Oculus button twice. So if I hit that twice, the menu pops up here where you can move it around. I can hit it again and it goes away. All right, so here is the new navigator menu system. You can see the offset rows here, top's offset, middle's longer, bottom's offset. That's just, it's a new design for the menu system. I don't mind it. I didn't mind the navigator before either, though. This looks more Apple-esque, like they're trying to copy Apple in what they're doing, which they don't need to copy them. I would just be happy if they, did their own thing. As far as what the function is for this menu, there's some functions missing, and we'll talk about that in just a second. But right now, this is just, it's all your apps. You can hold down on an app and get details for it. Instead of having the 3 dots now, you just hold down by clicking it, and see, it just does that. And then you can pin it or do whatever you want to do, which you normally would do with apps, but instead of having the little button to do, that's how you do it now. And I need to download that because that actually just had a new update. This is the Ultimate Edition, and it's supposed to be really good. You've already got some stuff pinned up here, obviously. The other thing that's changed is this bar down here, and we'll get to that in a second. But first of all, these are the buttons for this menu over here. You can hit the search button, and this will allow you to search just like you always have. You can hit these 3 lines here. It's kind of a hamburger-looking thing, and that brings up the menu. You can show your Horizon Plus, hidden, prototypes, unknown sources, and downloads. And then this goes to the store, which opens up in a flat menu, the same store. That's always been there, which is kind of disappointing. I wish that we had, I don't know, I wish it was all one menu. You know what I mean? Instead of like little apps that pop up. You'll see that that's common in what we're going through because this is just like it's cobbled together. I just wish it was more seamless. But anyways, at the bar down here, you can see there's library. This is where we're at now. You can now click on the Worlds tab, and this brings us to the Worlds. And then this is where all the worlds live now. So you don't have to go anywhere. Or, I mean, they're not in your like actual library now, which is nice. So if you don't want to click on this, you don't have to. But you can click on it. And one cool thing that I like about this is look how the pill kind of expands, which I like. I wish it did that for all the apps in the library. Like you wish you could hover over this and it expanded and played a video. Because these ones up here actually play a video. Look at that. I love that. I wish it did that for every single thing. It would just be a cool addition. You've got the different menu things over here. You can search the worlds. You have a menu for worlds recently visited and saved. And then you have the feed. This is the Horizon feed. You can click on that. And again, the little icon indicates that it's a separate window that pops up, which is disappointing. Again, it's cool. I guess in some ways it's cool because you can spread them all around if you want to, but I do wish it was a little more seamless, and I'm sure that's coming at some point, hopefully. You can hit the home button. All that does is bring you to your home. It makes the menu go away. You can click on the people button now. This looks totally different. This, when you click on someone, let's just click on a random person. Let's click on Aaron here. This pops up with the old menu, just like it would before. But if you click on yourself down here, you get kind of what I imagine is going to be coming to that menu system eventually. This is the home or U tab, I guess it's called. You can cycle through. You can hit use avatar. You can go through your different avatars. These are the kind of like the fantasy kind of avatars, You can switch your active status, whether you're online or joinable or pure offline. You also got your manage avatars, your view profile, and your switch profile, all of which have the little icon indicating it's going to open in a new window. Again, kind of disappointing, but that's just the way that it is, I guess. You can hit edit on this, and I believe it brings you to a new window, just like the other things. Yep, new window. So that's kind of the whole new menu system. You've got the quick controls here, which haven't really changed all that much, and you've got your notifications, which haven't really changed either. So that is what the new menu system looks like. I personally like the direction that it's going, but I think it needs a lot of work to be more seamless and to just feel way better. There you go. That is what's changed on the Quest 3 recently. Meta is continually evolving and changing the Quest platform, and this is just another iteration of what they're trying to do to create in their mind, a great version of the UI. Jury's still out as to how this is going to feel and look in the end when it launches officially on the actual update that it comes in instead of the PTC. Hopefully this gets ironed out and things are adjusted so that we can have a better experience. Currently, it is still optional, so you don't have to use the navigator, but I imagine at some point it's going to be part of the OS and it's just going to exist, and that's what we'll have to use. Who knows when that'll happen, and who knows what updates will come between now and then, but hopefully they can get this ironed out because I love the direction they're going. I just hope that things get situated so that it works better than it currently does for everyone, even though it's working mostly fine for me. But let me know what you think down in the comments. Do you like the new design? Do you like the new elements? What are your thoughts overall on the direction that Meta is taking the Quest 3? Let me know all of that below. And don't forget to like this video so that more people can see it, and don't forget to subscribe for more content. As always, happy questing.